Hey, what do you say, everybody? Killer Mike here. So, the devs just released the update for version 1.1 of the game. Some bugs have been fixed, some new things have been added, and they wiped official servers. So, when they wipe official servers, I wipe as well because they had a reason to wipe the servers. So, I'm just going to follow their lead, even though they gave me the option not to wipe anything that I had. I do want to say that these Sandbox series videos are going to be more directed towards the newer player. What I'm My goal is here is to give you as much knowledge as I can. I have 7,000 plus hours into this game, and I'm going to be talking you through what I do and the way I think about things in the PvE element of the game. This is going to be vanilla settings. Nothing is going to be changed. Everything that I do on live stream and stuff like that is usually boosted in the PvE aspect of the game. So this is the step that I'm taking to be able to showcase what the base game is. One, for you to learn, and two, for me to continue to stay fresh on what is supposed to be expected from the base game. So with that being said, we're going to start with the character build. Now, for a newer player, I suggest this build: 1.5 dexterity and 4.5 strength. And the reason why I suggest that is because of lockpicking. Now, if you understand how to lockpick, then like I do, I am going to take 1 dexterity and 5 strength. Now, what this does is you're going to take less lockpicking, but you're also going to sacrifice the attribute that levels up the quickest with the proper diet. Everything else takes a little bit of work to level up. The other thing that this does is when I take 5 strength or even 4.5 strength, this is going to give you the edge on carrying loot than 3 or anything less than that. Because the more strength you have, the more loot you can carry without running into the encumbrance system that they have in the game. Once you become overburdened with weight, you can no longer run, you can only jog. And that is a big deal in some cases, because if you can't run away from puppets or something like that, you're pretty much done for. So for me, I'm taking 5 and 1 only because I understand how to lockpick. That is big. If you do not understand how to lockpick, maybe even make a second sandbox just to spawn in a lockpicking board and practice lockpicking with advanced lockpicking. And then, but make sure you take the 4.5 and the 1.5 in order to take medium thievery, which I'll show you in a minute. Medium thievery is a difference than advanced thievery, but I still feel, as somebody who knows how to lockpick and is decent at lockpicking, you can learn how to lockpick with medium thievery. So for me, 5 strength, 1 strength. If you're not good at lockpicking, take the opposite. Take the 4.5 and the 1.5. And then let me set up my normal character here. There we go. And then now for skills. What I am going to recommend is taking these skills. One, because it's going to give you the best experience without having to grind any skill. The other thing I'm going to say is, if you're in the sandbox mode or a PvE server, take these skills, because they are going to, once again, allow you to play the game without having to grind skills. Now, if you're playing in PvP, then I would definitely take rifle and handgun. Those are going to be very important for PvP. But because we're not playing in PvP, we're playing in sandbox or PvE server, we're taking advanced brawling and melee. And these two right here are the hardest things to level up. Brawling is harder to level up than melee, but they are equally take the longest to level up. Rifle and handgun, they level up slowly, but once you see the trick that I'm going to show you guys later in the season of the sandbox, you'll see that we'll level up rifle without an issue. The next thing we're going to take is running. And We're not going to take any endurance, because all endurance does is allow you to make your food last longer. And if you kind of pay attention to what I'm going to be doing in the sandbox mode, you're going to see that food is everywhere. You won't have to worry about food. But what running does is it gives you faster running and jogging speed. This means you're going to be able to run away from puppets or dangers or wolves or bears or anything like that faster. Now, here's the other thing about taking high strength. If you take high strength, the strength is what gives you more stamina. It makes your stamina last longer, because the more stuff you pack on your body, the heavier you get, the more stamina you use. And what strength does is it allows you to have a lot more carry capacity, which makes your stamina last longer. So having high strength and having high running makes you run longer and run faster. So those are the reasons why I take those. Now we're going down to dexterity, and like I said, we're taking thievery. We're taking all thievery. The rest of this stuff levels up super easy. And the other thing I wanted to say is archery. Archery, we will probably have medium archery by the end of this video. So archery is super easy to level up, and you don't have to really worry about it. Now, thievery is the hardest and most meticulous thing to level up in dexterity. Driving, motorcycling, and aviation, all you have to do is drive those vehicles that those are related to. Demolition is going to be easy to level up once you learn how to do the wire cutting game that comes with demolition. And all you have to do is spawn in a practice board, or make a practice bomb, I should say, and learn how to cut the wires. But the thing about demolition is if you know how to cut the wires, the first kill box you do, you will go from no demolition to basic demolition. And literally all you're doing is opening 5 doors. So don't worry about demolition. It will come to you, and all you have to do is practice. And stealth, all we have to do is crawl and crouch and walk around, and that is move around while we're crawl or crouch. That will level up your stealth. You don't have to worry about stealth. It'll level up naturally. Although it is important to have it, it is not more important to take as much thievery as you can, in my opinion. Then in intelligence, all of this stuff is important, but it will level up naturally because of the rest of the things we're going to do. The one thing you are going to want to take is advanced medical. Advanced medical allows you to get into stabilization and recovery quicker, and it allows you to use less resources to heal yourself. So what medical does is keep you in the fight and get you back in the fight faster. So the rest of this stuff, I'll show you how to level up quickly without grinding anything, and you'll level this up naturally without an issue. We'll probably have basic to medium awareness by the end of this video. Camouflage is not really important to players. NPCs it is, but it's still hard to hide from the NPCs, and you're going to level this up naturally if you just lay on the ground. So anytime you lay down to catch your breath or anything like that, you're going to level up. Survival is going to level up naturally by cutting trees and crafting certain things and stuff like that. Cooking is going to level up super easy once we get into it. Engineering, I'm going to show you a trick to get to from no to basic engineering, and then from there, or from none to medium engineering, and then from there we're going to build a base, continuing to level up our engineering. And then farming, after I show you the trick with engineering, you're going to see how farming levels up pretty quickly. So all of this is important, but not as important as medical. We're taking medical, and that's our skills: brawling, melee, running, thievery, and medical. So with that being said, let's jump in. For some reason, we are always an arson. I'm not sure why. I hope someday they give us something a little different, because I don't like starting fires on people's houses anyways. All right, so do you want to start the tutorial sequence? Even if you choose not to, all the tutorials can still be started manually. Now, here's what I'm going to say. If you understand how to get fame, don't do this. If you want fame and you don't know how to do anything, do this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cheat the system a little bit, and activate these quests. The next one is do you want to enable new player protection? New player protection spawns you in a less active area and prevents puppet hordes and from being triggered, as well as stopping the dropships from spotting you. This effect lasts for 2 hours. If you are new to the game, please turn this on. All right, let's see where we spawn in at. All right, this is actually a pretty decent spawn. What I want to aim for, though, is I want to aim for that gas station. That's my first thing I want to aim for. You know what? Let's hit this town directly below us. This is going to be a better option for us. Let's hit this town first. We're going to aim off into this field a little bit, though. Right on these bushes. Perfect. All right, so we're going to wait for the further instructions. You're not going to hear Dina. I have Dina turned off, so you can't hear her, but we still have the auto task on, because like I said, we're going to cheat the system. The other thing I wanted to show you is if we go into server settings, we are on default settings. So everything is default. So we get our first instructions, WASD, scroll wheel, and then open tab and go to task, start our quest. First quest is collect 2 rocks. Open the crafting menu, click on here, examine, and craft stone knife. Next thing it's going to tell you to do is drag stone knife to your hand, or to your inventory, press 1, and then drag it to your hand. Alright, task complete. We just gained 2 fame points. We actually have 4 because of the very first task where it says wait instructions. So the next one's going to say craft a spear. Cut a bush, and from cutting that bush, it wants us to open the crafting menu again, search spear, search, and craft. Okay, open inventory tab, place spear in holster. Done. There's another 2 fame points. Now, I'll tell you why this is beneficial. If we would have spawned by a trader, we could have easily went up here to a town and then went to the trader and secured us some thread quickly. The reason we dropped off by this town is we're going to try to get thread first thing from the town. Next thing it says is craft branch rope. We're going to have to cut more bush. And then we're going to have to cut this stick too because we still can't craft our rope. And then craft the rope. Now, here is where I'm going to stop, because next it's going to say open your inventory, press 1, and then it's going to tell me to cut my clothing. But before I cut my clothing, what I'm going to do is find another batch of rocks, go into crafting, and we're going to craft the stone axe. Because what's going to happen now is if I continue with this craft, because it's going to make me do the improvised backpack, I'm going to have to make another rope and then cut more sticks and more sticks and more sticks. But what we're going to do is craft this axe instead with this rope, and we're going to get all the wood we need in one go versus cutting a bunch of other bushes. Now we've got our axe. We're going to cut down this tree. And then one thing I was going to say is every server or every sandbox mode starts like 8 a.m. in the morning. So we're about 2 hours after sunrise in the game. So we have about 3 hours to do what we need to do before it's dark. All right, so instead of cutting a bunch of bushes, we cut down the tree, and now we're going to cut this tree branch. And what you're going to see here is instead of cutting one more bush where we only get one long stick, maybe, and then a couple short sticks, now we have a bunch of sticks. Bam. Now we have a bunch of sticks. And we can craft our rope and then go back into what it's telling us to do. It says cut your boxer briefs. There. Now we cut our boxers. It says now we can craft an improvised carrier bag, which we can't because we didn't get enough. Apparently it thinks we cut our shirt too. We need to cut our shirt as well. There, now we got enough. Craft the bag. So like I said, as we complete these, we're going to get more fame. And what it's going to do is it's going to take us up to 20 fame. And realistically, we only need 8 if we really wanted to do these. We only need 8 because we want thread. And the only reason we were going to do these in the begin with is if we were closer to the trader, it would have helped us. But it doesn't matter. We're at 8 fame now. So crafting the bag gets us 8 fame. Up to the bag gets us 8 fame. And the next thing we're going to do is craft arrows. And since we have the axe and we have all these wood that we cheated the system with because it doesn't tell you the good instructions, it just tells you the basics. Now we have all the arrows we need with all these wood. I'm going to cut up 2 long sticks to give us more small sticks. That's going to give us more arrows. And then we're going to go into our current craftable items. You can search this stuff and then click on it and then click this marker down here to figure out what you need. But because I know what we need, I'm going to just go into the current craftable and go into wooden arrows and craft. And ideally I want about 12 of these. If you're new to the game, do 24. All right, that should be... Yeah, that's 12. I crafted 1 extra. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is grab my rags. That's going to help in case we get any kind of a bleed. All right, so now it wants us to craft a 20-pound or 35-pound bow. If you took my build, you can craft the 35 without an issue. If you took low strength and no archery, craft the 20-pound. If you took just archery and low strength, craft the 35. But if you took neither one, craft the 20 because you'll have a hard time pulling back the 35. So what we need to do next is cut 1 more of these long sticks and then craft a rope and then craft our bow. And that's why I cut down the tree versus going and cutting down the more bushes. So that's why I skipped crafting the bag. And we really don't need this spear. This spear is good at melee to keep the puppets at distance, but I don't really need it, so I'm just going to take the bow. Because we're going to focus on archery anyway. Like I said, we're going to try to get up to medium archery before the end of this video. And right there, this is our next little deal. This is our next little thing. It automatically gives us a bleed, so we can fix that. Oh wait, hold on. No, open intelligence. Click on intelligence, then it shows us our medical skill. Left control, press 3, health. There's a bleed, and then collect 1 rag. We did. Click on there, and treat. 1 rag should complete this task. It did not though, so now we got to cut up something else. We'll cut up our willy warmer. And we got a spare rag. Okay, task complete. Now, Actually, we could go back here because we're going to need, oh, search a word container. Okay, so now it wants us to eat food and water. Realistically, I'm not going to do any more of these. We're at 13 fame. It's more than we need, and we're too far from a trader anyway. So what I'm going to do is actually go into the manual and the task and close this out. I don't even care about them anymore. You could actually close it all the way out if you want to, because you can continue doing them if you want, but we don't need to. We didn't land by a trader. We don't need it. So the first thing that is on my list with doing these sandbox modes, there's a tractor, is we are looking for thread. That is the one thing that I want. I am going to start collecting bolts though, because the next thing we need after our thread is armor, and we need the bolts for the armor. So we're going to collect bolts and we're going to collect thread. Threads are our most important part. But since we just found shotgun shells, what we're going to do next is come out here away from the town again, go to a bush, and we're going to cut down this bush. And what we're going to craft is, I need 4 scrap, which we can get from that van that was in there. I need to make another rope. All right, we got our rope, and I'm going to grab these logs. Actually, we don't need this knife anymore. We're going to grab these logs. And then we're going to craft this gun. So we need 4 scrap. So here's one car here. There's a puppet here as well. Let's find him, deal with him. Dead. There's 3 scrap and 1 extra bolt for us as well. Let's go back to where we dropped our log at, which should be right there. We'll drag this closer to the car. We'll put this at the car, and we'll put our rope at the car. We'll search the car again, drop our scrap here as well. And let's get this puppet. Got her. Let's go here. 2 more scrap, and then we're going to back off. We're going to go beside this car and craft our improvised rifle. This is going to be protection from NPCs, not puppets. Our bow is going to be protection from our puppets. We're actually going to throw this on the ground now. We don't need it. We can make another, or we can make another knife if we need to cut something. And there's our rifle. Take our rifle, load our shotgun shells. Well, 1. And that's going to give us protection against NPCs. So now we need more bolts. So one thing I want to note is that this thing has an engine. And if we click on it, it only has an engine. This line right here, this yellow line, it has engine only. If you run up to any vehicle, you don't have to open the hood. You can just look here, open your tab, and see that it has an engine. That's for fuel. That means it has an engine. If it has a blue line, that means it has a battery. So this one does not have a battery. So we need a battery. Yeah, we need a battery, and this thing can be drivable. We can get another wheel later. We can drive it on 3 wheels. So it has a seat, and it has an engine. For the tractor, that's all that matters. Let's go in here and see what we get. There's a drill. It's not important. Firefighter's helmet is important for getting hit in the head. I am going to take this scalpel. This is going to help us cut clothing. So if we cut our socks up, if we was to use a stone knife, we would get less rags than if we use this scalpel. So we're going to take the scalpel. There's a waste bag. Perfect. We got an extra space. There's rubber boots. I am going to take these just in case it rains. I don't really like these, but it is going to keep our feet dry so we don't get trench foot. More scrap. We'll probably get scrap anywhere out there. Rope. This right here, I don't like crafting rope. So wire is going to be our rope. More bolts. We need 5 more bolts. We need 7 total. And there we go. We got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to actually unbag them all. There's our 7 plus 4. We'll start another stack because I want to carry at least 10 bolts and 10 nails. Rope or hose. We don't need hose. There's some more bolts for us. There's another scalpel. It's better than the one we got. And we're going to start our stack of nails. The reason I'm going to start a stack of nails is because I can make toolboxes. A baseball bat. The baseball bat's actually a pretty decent melee weapon, but we're not going to worry about melee weapons. There's a saw. That'll actually be handy. There's a screwdriver and an axe. That's actually handy as well. More bolts. I'm actually going to take the saw for a minute. We're going to be triple carrying, so if we run into anything or start crafting something, we're going to drop our one of our things here. One of these 3 things we're going to end up dropping on the ground. This right here, perfect. This is the same thing as thread. Fishing line acts the same way as thread. So we need another one. Locks. We're in a server. Perfect. We're in a server where we don't need, or we're not even in a server. We're in sandbox mode, so we don't have to worry about players. So we do not need locks at all. You can sell them, but I don't care about them. Let's see. These boots are worse than the ones we got. We're good. And we found another fishing line. So all we need now is a needle, and we are solid. So I'm pretty sure fire engine red, we don't need that. That's crap. Spray paint is a quest item though. I'm pretty sure that puppet that we had out here is despawned by now. Yep, it has. So we got to find another puppet. Let's take our time. There's another puppet right there. Ooh. Missing today. We're going to get this other puppet here too. Punchy. Comes another puppet. This is perfect though. We'll keep rounding them up by us here. I'm going to open this for cover. There's another screwdriver. That's good. Oh, perfect. Cell phone. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We need cell phone to start quest. So, awesome. Alright. We're going to search these 2 puppets. Now, I'm not worried about the C1 bleed. The C1 bleed will heal by itself. And we are only at 90% health. So I'm not going to waste a rag on a C1 bleed when it's going to heal itself for 2% health. Now, if it was 25% health that we lost for that C1 bleed, that'd be a different story. But it's not. So we're just going to let it heal. Alright, and then we're going to chop these puppets up. And the first thing we're going to do, once this puppet gets chopped up, is make a needle. Alright, so the puppet got chopped up. Go up here to our current craftable, craft a needle. See how we dropped our axe? Our other 2 are on our back, but we dropped our axe. So we're going to craft our needle. Then the next thing we're going to craft is our sewing kit. This was the most important thing we wanted to do. So it's checked off our box now. Alright, sewing kit. Next thing we're going to craft with that puppet we cut up is a improvised quiver. This is going to give us more room for inventory. I'm just kind of looking around, making sure no NPCs are sneaking up on us. All right, there's our quiver. It's currently good, 90%. Once it gets down into the 80s, I like to fix it, but we're good. And we have a spot for our axe now. The next thing we're going to do is take our sewing kit and cut this puppet up. Now, what we need is our armor next. We need 4 animal skins or human skins. So we cut the puppet up, we take its skin. Let's finish searching this. More bolts. Nice. Punk. Alright. Here's another victim of taking skin. I'm actually going to take this needle. That needle is a quest item, and it's going to help us get more sewing kits. Let's see. 96% health. Still C1 bleeds. Don't care about them. You do have to be careful though, because they can get infected. All right. So now I believe, do these stack? These do not stack. So we're going to have to leave these in here for the moment. So what I'm going to do is stack these in the corner, and I'm going to stack my 7 bolts here as well. Give me some more room for other things, like more sewing kit material, which we can make another sewing kit out of this bone, get another bone needle. I'm going to save this for a quest item for the moment, because it takes up no room, and it's going to be good for quest. All right, there's another bone needle, and instead of going into my crafting menu, because I know if I go into the crafting menu, it's probably going to select, okay, it selected the bone needle that time, but sometimes it'll select your needle, and I want to save that. So if I didn't come into the crafting menu, let's say I was in here, I could just highlight these items by turning them red, and then craft improvised sewing kit, because I know what we need. And we have 4 uses left. I don't really care about 4 uses. I'm going to throw them on the ground, and I'm going to throw these down here now. And I'm going to take these battery cables, because these battery cables are 50 uses of rope, because you can cut them up and it'll give you wire. So we've got 2 skins here. And our bolts. We need 2 more skins, and we need 5 scrap. So we got to figure out where we're going to get more scrap. There's 1. We'll put it in our pile as well. There's another bolt for us. And these seeds we can eat. There's a knife. We could take the knife, but I'm not too overly concerned because we still have the axe. Duct tape's not useful to us right now. Headlamp, that'll probably be useful later. Gas mask. Nah, we don't need it for now. Here we go. This is good. Backpack. This upgrades our backpack a little bit. And actually, I want to put these here because I want to take care of my space for bolts and nails, and put the other wire there. Now we can cut this up. This is still clean. It's only 9% dirty. And if we get to 50% dirty, it's going to be too dirty for us to use for bandages. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it up, because we still have 1 rag here. And we're going to go deeper into this town, so we got a potential risk of running into NPCs. So now we have 4 rags because of the one down here, plus this rag strip. We're just going to make a bundle of rags. That's going to take 4 spots and turn it into a 2 spot. Just like that. And then we can put this at the bottom of our bag. What I like to do is take and put it in my bottom corner of my bag, of the right hand corner. That way if something goes wrong, it's usually my backpack is up top. I can click right here, right click it, uncraft it, start bandaging as soon as possible. All right. Now we're going to get deeper into the town. Here's another car. There's a screwdriver. That's perfect. And we have 2 more scrap. That means we need 2 more to finish up what we need. I'm going to cheat, climb up this door. There's another screwdriver. We're getting lots of screwdrivers. There's more bolts. All right, so now that I have a stack of 10 bolts, I'm done collecting bolts for now. There's a fishing pole. That's good too. It's good money as well. Now, because we still need skin, that puppet's dead. We're collecting its skin. And I hear another one, so there's our last skin. All right, there's my arrow, and here's my skin. Where's this other puppet at? There it is. Hold still now. That's why we're going to focus on our archery pretty quick for the very beginning, because the only reason I missed her is because I couldn't draw the bow back fast enough. So every time I drawed the bow where I thought she was going to be, she moved. Actually, there's our cars. So we're going to have all of our skin and all of our metal in a minute. There's our skin. Let's go get this car. I'm going to be careful with NPCs. One, two. All right, let's go back. Now, because I'm going to craft, this does take a little bit of time. I'm going to shut this door. And here's our armor. Bam. Craft. Now, we've got a really, really, really good start here. Like, we've got a lot of screwdrivers. We've got screwdrivers for our cargo drop. The only thing we need on top of that would be our bobby pins, which we have not gotten yet. Here, we need to top our bolts back off because it used what was in our bag instead of what was on the ground. We've got our armor already. We've got a gun already. We got screwdrivers, got our sewing kit. We're in a really good position, and we're like 15 minutes into the server here, or to the match, to the sandbox mode, to spawning in. So let's actually go back. I need to get that other car garage right here. Duct tape, don't care. The dirt bike, oh nice. Put these on the ground first, and then put them in your, and then double click them, because then they top off what you have. But we got a lot of ammo now. That dirt bike taillight, that's a quest item. It's not for a little while, but it is a quest item. Bolts, another screwdriver. We are strong screwdriver right now. That 44 ammo, we could make a pistol, and it would be viable to make a pistol, but I'm not going to waste time at the moment. We got a shotgun. We'll be all right. This is broken down. There is some 357 ammo. That's good ammo. Nothing else in here by the way it looks. All right, it's in this broken down as well. There's a zombie. This is broken down, nothing useful in there. We can search the washing machine. It's a hat. It's not better than our helmet. Let's go ahead and kill him because we're leveling up our archery and we don't want him to bother us. Now, you could leave puppets alive, because if NPCs spawn and see them, then they're like an early warning device. What do we got? Knife sheath. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Can't put anything in it yet, but the minute we find a bushman, we'll be good. You could search these beds for cash. Cash is pretty decent. We don't really need $39 right now, so we could drop it if we really needed to, but this should be a workshop. It is. There's a fishing reel to go with our fishing pole if we really wanted to. It's actually a good find. Grapes. We'll go ahead and eat these. All right, the rubber gloves we don't need. The bottle of soda. Now, this is a decent find. I'm not going to drink the soda because I want to keep my dexterity going and I don't want to put any sugar or fats in my system. The seeds we can eat. Frying pan we don't need at the moment. Let's see if there's anything up here. There is, okay. All right, there's a knife. We can take this knife, and if we really want to, we can drop our axe, but I think I may make a box pretty quickly today. Nothing in there. Let's get our bow back out. This is a food store. You're more than likely going to get food here, or bobby pins, which is something we need next. There's a waste bag. That's actually a pretty decent find. There's some gloves, which I did put the gloves on. I did put gloves on to help protect my hands. There's another pair of gloves and the rubber gloves. The rubber gloves we really don't need because we're going to use those for kill boxes, and we're pretty far out for kill boxes for now. 22 ammo, yeah, we don't need it. 45 ammo, they don't need that. There's another knife, which is actually better than the one we have. Up here we should find some food. There's these hazels, don't eat these. Too much fat, too much fat. There's our box of bobby pins we need. Cutting board. Cutting board's only good for making tinder for a fire. There's another knife. Smokes. I don't personally use the cigarettes in the game, but other people do. They help with your exhaustion. Cleaver. Now the cleaver is better than this kitchen knife. I don't have any space for it, but I could drop the axe. That's a tough call. The cleaver is a odd thing to pick up. It's a pretty oddball shape because it takes away one spot. Now I could take this money and put it down there and do that. The difference is this is going to help process meat better. You're going to get the same amount of sticks as if you use this if you cut a bush, but this helps you get a tree cut down for planks. So you can make planks out of this. So it's either use this for meat and bushes or use this for trees and planks and sticks from there. The other thing this does is it is a great melee weapon. It's actually better than the axe. So one reason why I'm considering it. I would like to be able to put it in my knife sheath, but it is what it is. Now, wine. Wine is good if you're running out of food. So like we're almost out of carbs right now. If I wanted to protect my carbs, I would drink some wine. But the thing is I would rather run out of carbs and start using my protein because I know how to find food in order to not lose any dexterity. But because once you consume alcohol, you no longer gain dexterity. It pauses for a minute, and I want to continue leveling up my dexterity as quick as possible. So more scrap. We don't need anything there. Another knife. Another screwdriver. Okay, we are very screwdriver rich at the minute. Another cell phone. This is awesome. The fact that we found 2 cell phones in the beginning of this is awesome because we can start Quest as soon as possible. What I am looking for now, though, is another puppet. The one thing I want another puppet for is either to make a improvised jacket right here. I can make an improvised jacket. I can show you how to cheat the system and get an animal skin out of a puppet, but I want to either make a jacket, which we already have everything for except for the skin, or make a bigger backpack, which we pretty much have everything for. When we kill a puppet, it will have everything. We need 2 puppets though, but we already have rope. We got this bundle of rope here too we can cut up. So some leggings, they'll help us keep warm, but we're pretty hot right now. There's an extra rag for later if we really wanted it. Skirt, we can cut that up for rags. Gloves, another like a top, we can cut it up for rags. There's a Kruger mag. We could go get the 22s and put them in there. Some bunny slippers if you want to luxury around the island. Some gloves and a sleeping mat. We do have vegetables here we could search. There's some cucumbers. Here's cabbage. And was this carrots? Oh no, parsnips. Okay. So if you're getting hungry, you can eat that stuff. Nothing in there. Should get feathers. Yep, we got feathers there. We can make better arrows if we really wanted to. There's a quad wheel and another screwdriver. Now we're in crunch time. So let's just throw down the cleaver because we're not going to use it for a melee weapon at the minute. We're going to be using the bow. Lead plate. I'm taking all the lead plate I can get. It's going to be one of the last things I drop. There is a quad wheel here if we found a quad. Let's see what's back here. Anything? Just some wood, some hay bales, nothing special. There's some nails. I would like the nails. There was also like an apple tree over there by those greenhouses. There's some more boots and something to search here. There's another backpack. Some matches. Some scrap. These boots are not better than ours. Anything over here? No. I do need to put my knife in a hotkey. Ooh, tactical jacket. Perfect find. Fix it. We got all the sewing kits. Now, great thing about this is it carries 5 kilos, and a lot of the stuff that I have is not heavy, except for this. That stuff is heavy, so we have already taken up most of our space. So now I can consolidate my screwdrivers as well if I want to. The only problem with this is if we get shot by an NPC, that does have the chance of messing up our screwdrivers. And then we're going to take our ammo and put it together in our waist bag. And we will take our bobby pins and put them down here as well. And let's take, actually, let's take our bobby pins, put them up here so they're a little more convenient. And this stuff we will like barely ever use, we'll put down here, like our card. The one thing I do want to say about your card is I didn't destroy it because I'm in sandbox mode. Nobody can take it and steal my money. But if I was in a PvP server, there's no way I would even hit the ground and still have it 5 seconds later. I would destroy it as soon as I hit the ground. So garlic. Garlic is basically like antibiotics. We're going to take some of that. And nothing to search good in here. We were just in there. Here's some more crops. These are potatoes. I'll probably get some of these on our way out. We can cook some. Yeah, there's quite a few here. I might go get that bag. And fill the bag up with potatoes. Because all we got to do is get some mushrooms and we can cook those potatoes up. Duct tape we don't need. Parsnip we don't need. Rubber band we don't need. Earplugs are good for in a house if you get shot at. The woodcutter shirt is awesome fine. It upgrades our prison shirt. There's a casserole book. There's some money and an eye patch. We don't need the eye patch. Casserole book is good fine, but we are going to utilize it somewhere. We're going to get them somewhere else. I'm going to pick up the yoga pants, even though I'm not cold right now. We are going to make the run to the trader here soon. So, and to go to the trader, we need to go up through the mountain into the snow. All right, here's some apple trees. Perfect. Just eat one. Ooh, look at this. What we got here? Leica with an engine, no battery, missing one wheel, has a seat. If we find a battery, this is ready to go. Oh, there's an NPC. See what kind he is. He's just got a bow. Okay, we'll deal with him with just a bow. And sounds like there's another NPC somewhere. Dealing with a puppet. Let's search him. He's got an extra arrow. We're missing one. Let's take it. And he's got nails. Good. Let's see where this other NPC is. Sounds like he's fighting the puppet. I think he killed the puppet. Yeah, she killed the puppet. Let's see, what does she have? Where is she at? She go fight another puppet? She did? What she got? She's got a bow. I would much rather fight the puppet, so I'm gonna shoot at her. That's why I'd rather fight the puppet. Okay. Alright. Birdshot is no good to us. Let's find our arrow. 1, 2. Should be good to go. Yeah, birdshot's no good to us. We'll leave it. Nothing in there. We searched those. I believe we searched this. Maybe not. Yeah, we did. I think I hear another NPC. Maybe not. There's another backpack for us and some apple seeds for our garden if we really want to. Not yet though. There we go. Searched all that. Searched all that. So what we need is a car battery. Because if we got a car battery, that Leica is ready to roll. We just have to get another wheel, but we can drive it on 3 wheels. And the other thing we need is a battery for that tractor. So if we had a battery for the tractor, that's another vehicle we could use. right, let's get the nail. Good to go, good to go. Good to go. That's not searchable. We need to search this. That mask sells for pretty good money. These batteries are Quest. Knife. More garlic. Actually, we'll take it just in case. There's a pair of jeans that gets us out of the crappy orange jumpers and gives us more inventory space. We'll fix it. And actually, I could change these into one of my other pants that I have from Twitch drops. So it says the yellow suit pants, which are these, the crafted metal pants, which are those, the pinup pants, which are those, and then the Outback pants, which are these. I think we do the Outback pants. Those look kind of cool. Hold on. Let me take the items out of it just in case something stupid happens. There we go. We need to fix them again. Okay. Basically should have just wore the jeans. They look goofy. All right, so we got some more leggings there. We don't need those. We do have a bag of chips. Those are going to be useful for the run we're getting ready to do. All right, so, oh, you know what? I meant to kill that other puppet and get its skin. I wonder if the NPCs are still there. I can cut him up. He's probably gone by now. Yeah, he's gone. Oh well, we'll get another one. We'll head off this way and go to this town. Although I should make my way to the fuel station, see if we can get a good backpack. All right, I'm not seeing any signs of NPCs. Scrap. There's another tractor. Here's the big question. Does it have a battery? It does not. Crap. Okay. I was really hoping for a battery. There's that Kruger. We could go back and get that Kruger mag and that 22 ammo. That's actually kind of a really good find. We might just do that. Gunpowder, and that is a Leica front bumper. I'm gonna run this back over and see if that Leica needs a bumper and get that Kruger mag and that 22 ammo. Because that is a good find for 2 towns. And I only want to run back and get it because I don't want it to despawn. Alright, looks like this Leica does have a front bumper, but either way, we can use it. Okay, we do have puppets here. So, one thing, since we have puppets here, I'm going to cheat the system again. And actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to cheat the system. I'm going to show you what we're going to do so it's legit. All right, there's some more money for us. I'm gonna chop her up. I'm gonna take this skin, and then I'm gonna take this skin, and I'm gonna fix this first, which is actually gonna be pretty expensive. Yeah, it used 4 uses to fix that. We're gonna cut this into a skin. Then we're going to cut this into a skin. Or we're going to craft the jacket, I should say. Now, the reason I'm going to craft this jacket over this jacket is because this holds 10 kilos. It's the same weight. It has the same heat, I should say, as this camo jacket. But this animal skin jacket holds 10 kilos. So now I can put even heavier stuff inside this. But we're still going to just run our screwdrivers temporarily. Like that. I could take this jacket for later. Never know if one gets ruined, but it is what it is. Now that Kruger, let's see, I think that Kruger was in this house maybe? Oh no, the Kruger mag, I should say. I think the Kruger mag was in this house. The backpack. Maybe it was in one of the back houses. There's that mask. Actually, I think it was in this back house back here. I don't even think I went in here. Yeah, I didn't even come in here. I forgot this building, this room. Some more thread for us, though. Good find. There it is. Kruger mag. Alright. Then we had 4 rounds of ammo. If I remember correctly, it was right inside this window. Looks like it may have despawned. Yeah, I think everything despawned in here already. We've got new stuff laying around now. Well, we got the mag. That's all that matters. We can put this in the pistol. So, in case we do get some 22, we have it. Alright, I'm going to run back over to that other town. Another puppet. I believe that gets us to our... Yeah, that gets us to our bag. Okay. And for rags, we're just going to uncraft this. And for more rope, we are going to cut the cables up. And then we have... we need one more rag. We can just cut this up. We could cut up our socks, honestly. Because if we try to... Let's do that. Let's cut up our socks, and we'll put our leggings on if we get cold. Because with socks, we really don't need. I'm going to fix them and then repair them. If we use these rags here, then our backpack is going to be pretty messed up. And then we'll have to use more sewing kit. So I'm going to unselect these And I'm gonna go back into here for the backpack. I'm gonna unselect this, select these, and craft. Hopefully it doesn't use, it's still trying to use it. Okay, let's take these and put them over here. I don't want them to use this. There we go. Good backpack. And let's do that. Actually, no, let's do that, that, and then our garlic down here. And since we got a big backpack, let's grab some of those potatoes. There's one. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, while I'm running through the woods over here, I'm going to look for Boletus mushrooms. Because when we do our cooking, we got vegetable skewers. I need 1 mushroom. I wish I had another potato, but I need 1 mushroom to complement our skewer that we're going to make. I need 2 mushrooms because I'm going to make 2 skewers though. Let's see. Those are edible. These are edible, but they're not what I want. Anytime you see a mushroom that has red lettering inside of its description, which this one does not, then you cannot eat it. You don't want to eat it. You can eat it if you want to, but you don't want to. Trust me. Especially the red ones. And if you do eat them, make sure you have some activated charcoal. There's some more mushrooms. There, right here. Here's 1 Boletus. That's what I want. These right here. You do not want to eat this. Yeah, so it's like silicabin. This is a psychedelic mushroom. You don't want to eat this. Psilocybe. Yeah, don't eat it. I can't read it. Don't eat it. It's got the red text in it. And here's our last Boletus. And we just found those running towards the town, which is right here. All right, so we know that there's a tractor inside this building. Let's keep searching, see if we find anything good. Some more thread for us. Box of bolts. We don't really need bolts. Did I not grab that other thread? What'd I do with that other thread? I thought I picked up another thread. Oh, it used it as rope. And I didn't pick up our extra wire either. That's all right. That stuff is plentiful. Comes a puppet. It's upstairs. Shoot her in the butt. Some more leggings. There is a bedroll. That is actually a pretty decent find if we had space for it, because if we logged out, we could lay in it and get rid of our exhaustion when we log out. Here's some more greenhouses. That's got broccoli and more cucumbers. Brake oil is a quest item. see what's up here. Some more nails. I forgot I need to continue collecting our nails. We don't have enough yet. I want the nails for in case I run into NPCs. And actually, we need to eat some of our chips because we're starting to run out of food here. So we're just going to eat this bag of chips for the minute. Don't need any of that. Don't need some slippers. Knife sheath we have. It looks like all that stuff over there is pretty much broken down except for that one on the end there. There's another nail. Need about 3 more to top her off. What's that? Cutting board is not worth anything. We got more bolts. If I had a bigger backpack, I'd probably take the bolts. There's a hammer. I am going to take this. It's a pipe wrench, but it's used as a hammer in crafting. And if I make toolboxes, I'm going to need it. I will drop it, though, if I find something worth the value. Some more cash for us. As you can see, we're collecting the cash. I mean, we are $234 more than what we had before. If we put that in the ATM, we will be able to get fuel for one of these vehicles that we might fix up. Nothing there. Nothing there. There. All just crap. Hat. More thread. We're to the point now where we don't need any more thread. Bunny slippers. There's my favorite shirt and some yoga pants. I think I'll just keep the camos. More clothes we could cut up. Okay, let's go across the street to this house. More thread. I don't think we need any more thread. We're good. We are hungry, so we might as well just eat the onion. I am going to cook up the potatoes here soon. There's more thread. So we are over thrilled about thread. It is just everywhere. There's some good shoes. I like those shoes, but keep our rubber boots just in case it rains. And we're getting ready to open the snow anyway. This pepper is a great find, especially since I'm getting ready to start cooking. I would like to have some salt as well. There's a parsnip. We can eat these. They're not going to do much for us, but they give us some water. I eat both of them. My favorite shirt again. Reiki hat. Apple tree. As you can see, there's food everywhere. You just gotta know where to get it. Still some more greenhouses over here. Which actually looks like we might... nah, those are parsnips. Those are onions, though. Oh, we could get a couple onions. Could get a couple onions to go with our skewers. I do have 3 mushrooms, so I could get a 3rd skewer going. Okay, so one thing I am going to do, since we are in town and our last quest was food and water, we're just going to go ahead and activate that. Search a world container, search, put that in the inventory, and consume food or beverage that we collected. Bam. Some more fame points we just got. And since we're getting ready to cook our food, the next thing should be start a fire. And you can also crouch around while you're eating and get some stealth. What do we got now? Is it broken? I think it's broken. Let's heat this garlic. See what happens. There it is. That's fixed now. F4 or 4 for metabolism. Click on. Oh, okay. So we're done now. Next one should be start a fire. Another backpack. What's the next one? Urinating and defecating. Press tab. Go to 4. Lower control. Close user interface. Hold tab. Use the bathroom. Okay. Next one should be fire. There's a tractor wheel. So we know where a tractor, if we find a battery, inside this place, then we're going back to get that tractor. I'll have to get some fuel still, but what do we got? Light a fire. There's some more rope for us. I told you we find some. There's some puppets out there. Puppet in here somewhere. Advanced brawling, baby. Advanced brawling. That's why we took it. There's a chili pepper we could eat. Some more thread. Dude, this town has had like 5 things of thread. There's a martini. If you really want to get. Same works the same as the actually, how much thread was in that? There's some more thread. So much thread. I'm just topping off what I have. Dropping the ones that don't have much and or has less than what I'm finding. Another cleaver. Carrot. Let's eat that. All right. What I'm really looking for is a bigger backpack, a good screwdriver, like a yellow screwdriver, some pants. I could switch out for them. Ugly thing. There's a firefighter jacket. We already made a good jacket though. Shirt. A lot of this stuff you can cut up for rags if you really need to. That looks broken down. This looks like nothing's going to be in it. There's some more bolts. Finding lots of bolts. Gloves. Rags. Vehicle repair kit. Scalpel. There's another screwdriver. Great. There's some more wire. We'll switch this one for that one. Had more uses. Bolts. More gloves. And more bolts. All right, we're about done with this town here. I think we got to do this little house. Some more garlic for us if we needed it. Another cleaver. Some underwear. And that seems to be about it. Ooh, a Rager. Does it have a battery? It does have a battery. Okay, so see what I mean by a blue line and an orange line? So that had a battery. So let's open this hood. This is going to be the tricky part. So we need to carry this battery and secure that wheel. This thing also has 2 wheels. So if we found another Rager that had a battery and 2 more wheels, we'd be solid. The question is what are we going to prioritize now? So we do have a fuel bottle, so we could actually dump this out. And we can make one of 2 choices. Preferably, I would like to have the Leica. I'm going to drain the little bit of fuel that's in this Rager into this bottle, which is not much. And then we're going to carry this battery. So we have 2 choices. We either go back in here, which, not here, here, this building. We go back in here and we get the wheel that was laying in here, right here, and we get that one tractor going. Or we take the Leica and get it going. I would prefer the Leica. But the tractor will be the tractor. Well, the other thing is we don't have a jack, so I think we're going to prefer the Leica over this. I'm going to take this wheel though and stick it in the other tractor. All right, so we're going to stick this wheel in this tractor, in the basket. And then we're going to take our bottle and collect more fuel, drain. Okay, so this tractor and that Rager still has a pretty decent amount of fuel. So let's run back over and get the Leica, and we will slowly drive it back to the town, collect some more fuel out of the Rager and the tractor, and then we'll go to the gas station. The only thing is I need to figure out where an ATM is so I can put my money in the bank, which is another reason why I kept my starter card. But like I said, if I was in a PvP server or a PvE server with other players, I would not keep my starter card because somebody else could take it and steal my money. So I'm gonna run back over here and we'll see what we get. All right, let's see. Why won't you let me put this in here? Install battery. There we go. And fill with fuel. This is going to give us some fuel. Let's all right, 3 wheels and a driver's seat. We are good. The only problem we have now is if we can start this the first try. We did. Alright, so we got to take our time because if we hit a big bump, we will damage this car. Now, the battery is not going up, so I'm going to assume that there's no alternator, which also means if we stop this car, we have to stop it on a hill if we shut it off. If we leave it running, then we don't have to stop it, but whatever we do, because it does not have an alternator, we cannot shut this off. And if we do shut it off, it has to be up on a hill so we can restart it. All right, let's leave this run for a minute. So we're going to do Shift F, and that's going to leave the car running. And then we're going to go in here and collect some more fuel. I'm also going to search for I'm going to search for a jack, because if we come across another Leica, the first thing we're going to want to do is get another wheel on this thing. So I'm going to steal all the fuel out of this. And while it's just sitting here idling, it doesn't use any fuel. It's only when you're driving. So if you are driving it and trying to save fuel, just try to coast it as much as you can. That way you don't use a lot of fuel. Since we have a Leica, I'm going to go ahead and grab this. This is a quest item. And actually, since we have a Leica, I'm going to start dumping some of this stuff in here too. I'm going to put the food in here. We're getting ready to cook this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put the stack of 10 bolts in there. I'm going to put this gun in there. We don't have any ammo for it. I'm going to put this mag in here. We don't have any ammo for it or a gun. I am going to keep 6. No, actually, I'm just going to put all these in here for now. Keep our phone on us, keep the ammo on us, and we'll keep our leggings. We'll put our leggings in there for now. All right, so let's drive down to the Rager and get the fuel out of it. Shift F, and here comes some puppets. They want to play. All right, we're gonna go ahead and looks like we drained all the fuel out of there, so we're done. Where's the puppet at? I still want to shoot puppets because I'm still trying to level up my archery, and we've got a cargo drop inbound over here by the main road, so I'm actually going to start heading that way. I think the first thing we'll do, though, is we'll cruise up, because we got 10 minutes until it drops. We got 10 minutes until the cargo drop drops. I think what we'll do is we'll head to the lumber yard and see, 1, if we can get a chainsaw, 2, if we can get an alternator, another wheel, a jack, and some repair kits. So we're gonna kill a lot of birds with one stone here. And if we get lucky in the cargo drop, we actually get an alternator for our car. And if we get lucky, we get a jug of fuel in Like, I've never wanted a jug of fuel in the cargo drop before, but if we got a jug of fuel in the cargo drop now, it'd be great. Alright, so just in case I make a mistake, I'm gonna come up here and park on this hill. I'm gonna turn it around right like this, and we're on a hill. I'm gonna do Shift F. And that's gonna give us the opportunity to start it if something happens. I don't have to worry about anybody stealing it or anything, so I can just leave it as is. Otherwise, I would shut the door, take the seat out, hide it, lock it. Sounds like we got an NPC shooting at us already. Need to get behind something else. There, I see him. Here it comes.
Gotta run.
There's another one behind me. There's the other one. There she is. Alright. There's how you take care of the NPCs. Just remember, if you see the NPCs in the orange outfits, maybe they have an improvised rifle or pistol, but more than likely they just have basic stuff. If you see NPCs with other things, then you got to get the hell out of there. I kind of actually want to take the crossbow and use it a little bit, but we'll be all right. All right, let's keep an eye on the cargo drop. We should have about 8 more minutes, 8 more minutes. But I want to see if we can get a chainsaw. We're gonna check over here first because we could get lucky with good armor. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case today, but cleaver. Actually, I'm going to take a cleaver now that I've got a lot of room. What else we got? There's a lighter. I'm going to take this lighter because we're going to start a fire here soon. There's another building. These buildings here, you can get lucky with armor and good helmets. There's actually there's a really good backpack. I'm going to take it. Sexy shorts for a quest. I can actually wear those until we get there. Head torch. I have a head torch, but let's grab a spare. Spices. Nice. Good. That's a good find. It's a good find now that we've got storage. There's puppets over there. I believe this is a medical building, if I remember. Maybe just... No, I think it's just industrial stuff. There's another bag. Some headphones. Got 2 boxes to search here. Some more nails for us. We need nails. Could start another stack of bolts, but now that we got a vehicle, I think what I'm going to do is only collect boxes. Like this one right here. Boxes of bolts. Could collect the fertilizer. Get the more nails. Puppet's mad at me. Here's some potato seeds. That's going to be good. So one reason I took brawling is for this. You can punch her. Just use the middle mouse button and you throw out a quick jab. Alright. Let's take a look in the sky for a drop. Don't see it. We're going to go down here. I'm going to check this for good screwdrivers. The ink pens we don't really care about. The basic screwdrivers we do. Ink pens we don't really care about in this server. If I was in a PvP server, I would say otherwise. But the only thing we're good with for ink pens are just selling them. Some more yoga pants. Laying around here, you'll find your chainsaw. But in here, we're going to have our vehicle repair kits that we wanted. So we could throw those in there. And there's our jack that we wanted. There's a screwdriver, a toolbox. I will take that hatchet. That's Tyrone's axe. Let's take some more repair kits. We're probably good on repair kits now. We'll take one more just for, let's see, how many's in here? Let's throw this sideways. We can actually throw this sideways, and throw this sideways, throw this sideways, put the jack here, and then we can take another vehicle repair kit, which appears we have 2 more good ones. And actually, let's take the ones that got uses used out of them and take them out and switch them for the ones that are good. I would like to have that grill, to be honest. I'm overweight now, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this bag here because we're overweight. We're going to grab the grill. We're gonna throw that there. We're gonna throw this toolbox here, the axe here, and there's another screwdriver. Got lots of screwdrivers. I'm actually gonna grab these as well, since we're just gonna have to drive up here anyway. The only thing we didn't find was our alternator, which we still have a good chance to find in the drop. And take a look for that. We're good. I'm gonna check these 2 industrial buildings here. There's gonna be good stuff in here. There's some more nails for us. So that was the last one we needed there. Another pipe wrench. That's a hammer. Toolbox. There's our 40. That's what I wanted right there. That's what I was looking for. 40 out of 40 screwdriver. Perfect find. We are like going to town today already. Some firefighter pants, which actually, let's switch out. No. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch out for the firefighter pants because we are getting ready to go up into the snow anyway. Because we need to go to a trader, but I'm going to take these with me anyway. The firefighter pants have 4 heat, so that's why I'm going to take them. It's another bolt. Batteries I'm taking. This flint and steel I'm taking. That's a good one. Some boots. Actually, I am going to take these construction boots because our boots are going to wear out here soon. All right, let's see what's in the next building. Bolts. Rubber gloves. Screwdriver, more rope. Duct tape, I'll start collecting. More rope. Good pick. Rubber gloves, I should start collecting those now that we got a 40. Goggles. Another screwdriver. Box of bolts. Another box of bolts. We'll use them. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and stick this stuff here as well, along with the bolts. I'm going to hold on to the screwdrivers just in case this stuff despawns, but the rest of we should be good. Then we're going to go down here, and inside this building, if we get lucky, which is usually a pretty good chances, usually pretty good chances in here of getting lucky with a chainsaw laying around. There's an axe. Could take it. I'm definitely taking the toolbox. More bolts. Bag. There's a puppet. I'm not seeing a chainsaw anywhere though. A chainsaw is something that we will more than likely get in the drop as well. So we need to start heading towards that drop. It should be coming any minute now. More nails, bolts. That's why I'm trying to be quick about all this. A drill. I'm definitely taking the drill. Quest item and I need it for a workbench. Activated charcoal is money. Good money, good money. Nails. There's a box of nails, definitely taking them. Just a bunch of outfit stuff you could have if you really want it. Another bag. Good pick. There's a Sprite, another good lighter. Chocolate is quest item. And another hatchet, we'll take it. So I'm not seeing a chainsaw laying anywhere. Nope, well, we got one. All right, leaving the hatchet. All right, we got what we came for. The only thing we didn't get here that we wanted was an alternator. All right, let's just run by this stuff one more time, make sure it resets. Then we'll run to our vehicle. Drop. Should be coming any moment now, or is already on the ground, one or the other. Alright, put that in there. I'm going to end up dropping my bow, make sure I pick it up. Dropped it because I'm triple carrying. Put that back on. Alright, let's go up here. Let's go up here and grab our stuff. Gotta be careful. Alright, so then we just drag all this into the car. Alright, now, I don't see the drop yet, but we need to get going up there. It should be up there somewhere. I do want to take a little cruise around here real quick, though, just to see if we see a vehicle. Oh yeah, the drop is on the ground over there. I see it. I am not seeing any vehicles though. So let's head out of here. There's the smoke for the drop. I need to get over there pretty quick, just in case we got to deal with a lot of puppets. And I think it's been on the ground for at least 5 minutes, so it means we got about 15 minutes left. But I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to damage my car. Because if I hit one good pothole or rock in this thing, it's toast. Alright, we're going to leave it right here on this hill. This is where we're going to leave it. Shift F. See it shut off. Even though I held Shift F, it shut off. I think because I opened my tab menu. Alright, let's throw this stuff in here. We need 6 screwdriver uses right there. We got them. We do not want these good picks for this. We do not want the potato seeds. We don't want any of this. This can go in there. That can go in there. Any of those bobby pins, actually. This can go in there, and we need 6 bobby pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to craft them into picks. Now, the one thing I am going to do over here is I'm going to take my time and kill all the puppets because I want to level up my archery still. So we got our 6 picks and our 6 screwdrivers. There's no drop ships in the air. We're way too close to it, so there's going to be puppets over here. Yep, there they are. There's 1. There's 2. Collect our arrows. I could search them for screwdrivers, but being that we just found that 40 and we've been finding reds really well, I'm not worried about it. Okay. So there's another one. Should be at basic archery here soon. Yeah, we got 12 minutes. We got plenty of time. Got plenty of time. Okay. Let's search them, see what they got. There's a lighter. Oh, they spawned back in. Puncher. Arrow didn't phase him. So all these puppets are spawning back in. That's not cool. Alright, let's see what we got. Best case scenario, we get a fuel can and an alternator and another battery. There's some water. Milk, pop. Now let me just open all of them first. Okay, here we go. Car 98 kit. That's pretty good, actually. Or not a Car 98, SVD. There's some alcohol. We can sell it. Quest item. Or look at that. Leica battery. Leica alternator and battery. Score. Hiking backpack. Even better of a score. So, even though we're early game, this stuff is big. We got a backpack. There's another. There was our jack. So normally I don't like to get the jacks and stuff out of the cargo drops, but being that we're early game, it's big. And we're just gonna keep leveling up our archery since they keep spawning. Since the game is broken, we're just going to keep utilizing it. If they're just going to keep spawning in, we're going to keep collecting them. Although I do need more arrows, so See, this is not fair here because they're literally spawning in behind us. So that's not a cool system. Like this stuff was supposed to be fixed, kind of thing. They're supposed to be spawning in and staying in a specific spot. And then once you kill them, they are dead. Because this right here should not be happening. This is a broken system in the game. Let's see where we are with our archery. We're basic 55%. See, spawned in again. All right, we should be far enough away from the drop in case it blows up. Anything in our bag? No. Let's put the rest of this in here. Battery can go in there. Alternator can go on the car. Like alternator. All right. Jack can go in the car. This stuff can go in the car. All right, so here's the next thing. Here's the next decision we have to make. The next decision we have to make is we need fuel. So we have to go in a direction where there is fuel, because that's the one thing we did not score on within these last two places, is a fuel canister. We still need a wheel as well. Do I have any more sewing kits? I have to make some. Looks like I have to make some, so I need another puppet. Follow me. Did he kill himself? Oh yeah, I forgot. They also disappear when you run away from the drop. So once they get so far from the drop, they disappear. That's okay. We'll go up here. We might get lucky with another Leica up here anyways, get a wheel. Alright, there's our puppet. Alright, let's cut him up. So, like I said, you got a bunch of C1s and they're getting infected, but we got a bunch of C1s, but we only got 82% loss in health. So the one thing I need to do is go eat some of that garlic so that I can get rid of the infection, or we can take off all of our clothes. Our earplugs got ruined by getting hit by a puppet, I see. All right, let's take that. We'll get another skin. I think we were looking for another skin on something, for something. I wonder why this gate's open here. wonder if a puppet ran out when we parked up here. All right, take these bones as well. Might as well search this stuff while we're here. Another chainsaw, bolts. So actually, we should probably take the chainsaw because the chainsaw is a quest item. So another vehicle repair kit, thermometer, and more bolts and nails, mask. All right, that's everything in there. Let's search these. More bolts. Couple knives, which actually, since we are at the stage we're at, I'm going to start collecting a couple knives, because once we get building a base, which I'm going to try to at least build a small base tonight, at least a little temporary base. Those knives are going to be very useful. And actually, there's a mountain bike too. That's a good find as well. All right, we'll probably get some antibiotics in here. There's a needle, we'll keep that. Waste bag. More scissors, we'll take some of those. Those are also quest items. And these bags of rags, these empty bags, they're good too. These pants are quest items. You just need the shirts to go with them. But these bags here, these empty bags, they're great for rags as well. You also need them to upgrade your base later. You can also make them though. Scissors are quest item. More needles, we'll take them. There's some painkillers, we'll take them. Some cash. Some vitamins, we'll need them in case we get sick now. More vitamins. Bandages, more vitamins, that's awesome. Another bandage, vitamins. Batteries are quest items. Duct tape, locks, more pants for quest items. There's the shirt, so that you need both of these for your quest item. More pants. I think I'm done collecting pants right now. I need more shirts. 176 bucks. We'll take it. There's the drop. Hopefully it didn't destroy our car. There's antibiotics there. So, and another battery. We need these batteries. That's a food store there. Let's go ahead and go in it. I am overweight at the moment as well. Carrying this chainsaw, bobby pins. We'll take another cleaver. Works just like one of those axes works just like one of the knives for base building. 1911 mag, more bobby pins, some cash. That's good. A pot. We should take a pot. Another knife. We're getting pretty full though. More bobby pins. In the beginning stages, I collect all 20 use boxes of bobby pins. But after I get so many, like half a backpack full, I quit collecting them. More knives. I'll take a couple more knives. We're getting full though. Some more bobby pins, needle. Ooh, right there. Bushman. Whatever's in our holster is going bye-bye. That Bushman is our new blade. We just need to make sure we don't use it during base building. Some duct tape, more duct tape, and another 40. Look at that. So we're going to get rid of one of these bags for the 40. Cleaver. So because we have found two 40s in this session, the amount of gameplay, in-game gameplay that we have just achieved is pretty big. As of right now, we could definitely do almost anything we wanted to within the game. The only thing that would hinder us from doing that would be, I want this tea. We're going to drop another bag. The only thing that would hinder us from doing that is our armor and our guns, because we really need protection for some of the places we go. So, but because we have the screwdrivers, we can quickly compound those. Now, as an experienced player, I could take the risk and go to some of these higher tier places. I mean, I still have a pretty good chance of getting killed, but my chances of not noticing what's going on around me is rare. Like, because I have a pretty good sense of what's going on, but we'll go through the process slower and kind of make things happen as need to. All right, vehicle is still here, so that's good. I got these bones I need to cut up so I can make some sewing kits. All right, let's throw the stuff in here, and we're like super full on stuff right now, so it's time for us to set up shop somewhere, either a base or go to the trader, but we still need to make our way to a fuel station, but we need to hit an ATM first so we can put the cash in the bank, because we are like right there on the edge of not making it to where we need to be. And actually, since we have a pair of scissors now, which I need to put these in here. Let's craft these bone needles real quick. Let's see. I believe. All right, so let's talk logically here. Logically, we are in between two gas stations. We have one right here and one right here. Realistically, we should probably go up to this town and find an ATM there, and then hit the gas station this way, because if we go this way to the gas station, we basically have to go into the big city or into this town. I believe there's an ATM there, but I can't remember exactly where it is in that town. Let me make these sewing kits. But I do remember that, am I hitting the wrong button? Yeah, I am. I do remember that there is an ATM like right in the middle of the town or at the edge of the town. I can't remember here. So we could cruise the straight line, go get the car, put our money in the bank, and then cruise to the gas station here, and then head to the trader. But I think what I want to do is build a base. I have to think on that one. Kind of want to build a base over here by the lake or on the river somewhere. fix our gear. What do I need to fix these? Imagine you can't fix them. Might need duct tape. Maybe they made it to where duct tape's useful now. Man, we got so much stuff. So much stuff in such a little time. Alright, all of our gear is going to be fixed now, except for the armor and the helmet, which I can use these toolboxes on, not a problem. I'm not going to fix the helmet all the way up. It's good to a point, but I'm more worried about the NPCs than anything else, so we're good at that point. Let me put some of this down here. Put the rest of these in here. And then I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to cruise down this road as far as we can, hit this town ATM, and then go to the fuel station there. Hopefully I can idle this thing. I can coast this thing just enough to get it there, but we got limited fuel, so. And once again, this is why I parked it on a downhill. Oh, hit the tree. I have to nudge it to the right. I think we're gonna get it. Yeah, we got it. Let's go, baby. Start. Just one time. Come on. You got it. Keep going downhill. Come on, baby. This is low driving, so if you get higher driving, you'll start it easier. There it is. All right, let's get back up to the road. But now we won't really have to worry about the battery too much once we get it fully charged. All right, so I'm going to cruise down to this town, and then I'll meet you guys there. All right, so we did not make it to the town, so we're going to have to go on foot. What I'm going to do is, I kind of figured we wouldn't make it, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and shut the door. But what I'm going to do is, so I know we make it back, I'm going to take these jugs. I'm going to take a water bottle. And what's our food position look like? It's not horrible, but I could use a little bit of a snack. What do we got to eat? I need to grill up our food, but I don't want to do it here, and I want to get this vehicle going. So I'm going to sacrifice the chocolate in case I need it, and take it with me, which looks like I am going to need it. I'll just go ahead and eat it now. And I'm going to drink some of this milk because this milk will go bad. I could, the thing you could do is empty these bottles out and put the milk in it, but I always end up getting it confused with something else, and yeah, it just never goes good when I do it. But you could put these milk inside these jugs because these milk will deteriorate or decay super quick. So I'm just going to drink this whole thing of milk, and then we're going to get going. I don't think I need anything other than antibiotics because I am still got the infection going, which is actually starting to kick in. And instead of the antibiotics, I'm going to try the garlic first, and I'm going to take the antibiotics with me. I'm also going to take some painkillers with me and some vitamins with me. So we'll take all of these just in case we start to get sick, because we are going to go into the colder area of the map, which I also want my leggings as well. And where'd those painkillers go? Right there, painkillers. Now I'm gonna put the painkillers here, and everything else should be good. This lighter can go in the car. Let's eat the garlic. See if we can get rid of the infection, which we're actually pretty high, so probably not, to be honest. We'll let that go a minute, see what happens, and then we'll start running. We know we're pretty much right in the middle of this straightaway, so we're just going to go to the road. I do have my card, I do have the cash, and I have the things to protect myself. We will empty these bottles on the way. I'm not going to drink the soda. You get too much fat, especially since I just drank all the milk, which has a lot of fat in it. Carbs, fat, and protein. So proteins and fats pretty even in the milk though. Spill. I'm just going to dump these out because it's going to make me lighter. But I'll see you at the town, guys. Alright, we're coming up on the town here. So I'm going to pretty much bypass the town if we can. I think the ATM is back here by the back of the town here. We could grab some of this corn too. We can cook it up later as well. This will be good for us to cook up later. Some corn. Corn and potatoes are probably the best thing you can cook to get carbs and for exhaustion. We'll just grab a couple. Okay. We also gotta pay attention because the sun's starting to get low in the sky. I think I need to make more arrows as well. Yeah, I'm down to 4. All right, here's our ATM. Let's use our ATM. We'll deposit. How much money do we have? We got $64. Oh wait, wrong buttons. 464. And yes. All right, so that gives us money on our card. And since we're here, let's check for a little bit more food. Some bobby pins. Still trying to level up my archery, so just kill her. More money. Sugar and tea. Perfect. I need a pot now. I should have grabbed that pot from earlier. There's some more food. Pasta. Pasta's going to be good. There's some of that. There's some cheese. Alright. I'm going to go up here and search this building because if I can get a pot, I'm taking it. There's one of my arrows. Nails. Another screwdriver. We are super screwdriver rich today. Bolts. Another screwdriver. Another screwdriver. I'm gonna take that because we're gonna need it for a workbench. Spare head torch. I'm gonna take it. Never know if I die or not. Alright, that's clear. I'm gonna take this. That's a quest item. Dirt bike brake light is what I just picked up. Okay. We're gonna head this direction because this is the way to the fuel station. Grab some more corn. Now I'm just doing all this stuff on my way through, so like we're kind of multitasking, trying to focus on multiple different things at once. Just keep an eye on the town. I need to make more arrows before we get up here as well, because I might have to deal with a suicide puppet. Let's put this cash back down here. There's some more corn. We'll just keep collecting corn. I do want to note too that our infections are gone. We ate our garlic and it took care of our infections. But right up here is the gas station, so all right, so because we have 3 arrows, I'm gonna kind of take my time. Because I'm not seeing any puppets, I'm getting the feeling there's gonna be NPCs up here anyway. There's a mountain bike. Some more shotgun shells. It's kind of funny we're not seeing any NPCs or puppets, either way. These shotgun shells are beautiful. I don't want to waste any more time looting. I got to get moving. Oh, look at that. That's a score. Came all this way with water bottles, and this is what we get. I think I'm just going to go ahead and fill the bottles up anyway, because judging by the way it looks, we are pretty low on fuel here anyway. So I'm just going to take this and walk back. There she is. It's a long walk. It's a long walk when you're over encumbered, overburdened. But it was worth it. There's that. We got us a little more fuel. Put that in there. Put that in there. Put that in there. And one more. So we got us about 1/3 of a tank. So, all right. Now I think instead of going back, there wasn't much fuel there. So I think what we're going to do is cruise back down this way and get fuel here. And then I think we might actually dip back down that white road and check that town there for another vehicle, another Leica, hopefully. That way we can get a wheel. But I'm going to check the town, and I'm going to head towards the town, check it for a vehicle, and then go to the gas station. So I'll meet you at the town, guys. Alright, let's see if there is. Holy crap, what's the chances of the first thing we see is a Leica? What is the chances of that? Okay, I ain't gonna complain. We're getting a really good run. We're getting a really good run here, guys. And actually, this thing has an engine and a battery as well. So this will be a good one to sell for cash, but don't really care about all that. So we're going to take this and throw it in there. And we're going to take that. Service and remove. We're going to put this here. We're going to remove this, put this in the car. We're going to remove the trunk and install it on the car. We're going to take the hood, install it on the car. I'm going to take the extra lights because I'm sure I'll need them at some point. Install them, or I'm going to put them in the car for extra. What else we need? We got rear lights. We need the rear bumper though. Do we have the rear bumper here? No, it needs a bumper. Okay. Do we have a passenger seat? We do not have a passenger seat. Okay. This one does not have a passenger seat either. Okay. Good enough. Not going to complain. This was a score. All right. Jack this up. And install. Score, baby. That's a score. All right. Now, since I have these vehicle repair kits, let's do the chassis, the hood. All right, we need another vehicle repair kit, which is right here. And now we need to move the jack to the other side. Repair and repair. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Nice. Awesome. We got a fully functioning, almost complete. We need a seat and a bumper, and this thing will be complete. This was a good find. And actually, since we are not worried about this vehicle at all, I'm going to take and drain the rest of the fuel and put it in mine. Good find though. Good find. If we needed money, we could build this thing up and go sell it, but I'm not overly concerned with the money. We'll make all kinds of money doing quests. Nice. That's a roadblock. All right, we got Giggles over here. Alright, there's Giggles. We do got a tractor there as well. So, realistically, we could go back and get that other tractor. Alright, I'm going to spend my last bit of money on fuel. Yep. And let's see what else we got here. This got a battery? Does not have a battery. Okay. I do need some scrap. I need to put some stuff in the car. I do need some scrap for a flag. I need some clothing. We're about out of room in the car as well, so I'll have to do a little bit of sorting at some point. Let me grab some scrap. There's another chainsaw. It's a quest item. Could take it. It's a fishing line. That's actually good. That's the good fishing line you want. 0.5 millimeter. Take some scrap. Some Uncle Pong's rice. 1911 mag and a water bottle. Oh, did you see what I just seen? A pot. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Another Glock mag, some juice, bobby pins. Pretty much good on that. Get the rest of the scrap. Take that and an extra grill. Take that. Oh, we are full. Some more money. There's another Leica alternator. That's awesome. Cleaver. I will take the cleaver. More cash. More cash. Coffee. Take that. I do need the pants for our flag. I don't need the bolts. I could take the, there's another screwdriver. I could take the waste bag for rags. Charcoal. Charcoal would be good. Can I carry the charcoal? I can't carry it at the moment, but I can go like this. I don't know if it'll fit in the car. It will not fit in the car. Probably would fit in here though. Okay. Let me grab that alternator and then we're gonna go to our base location. All right, so I think we're going to build a base right here along this pond. I think that's what we're going to do. So I think I will build a temporary base first, just to put something in somewhere. Yeah, I think we'll just put the flag right here too. And what do we need? Need scrap metal. Need bolts or nails. We need, yeah, bolts or nails, toolbox, and rags, which we have our scissors somewhere. Scissors. cut. There's 5. There's 9. I need one more rag. What do I have for a rag? Got these. I'm definitely not going to use this, so let's use it. And let's, since those are 95%, I'm going to go ahead and bundle them up and keep them for my bandages. Okay, and then we'll craft, we're going to need some rope, so we'll craft rope with the rest of that. Now, here's the next part. I'm going to finish the blueprint quest. So we're going to find the improvised fire, which is here. And I'm going to just make this, I'm going to put this right by the flag. F, we need brake oil, which I believe I actually picked up some brake oil a minute ago. Might have skipped it. Anyway, I need sticks, I need paper or gunpowder, which I don't think I have either. Although there's, I think that we could use the rag. We can use the rag strip. Okay. Now, let's get the chainsaw and we'll fill it up. Is this the good one? This is the good one. Oh. Cancel that. Fill that back in. Chainsaw's full. Put that back in here. Actually, I'm going to cut this tree down. Cut these sticks. And fill that. Oh, I guess I needed to open details. I really hate how they do this sometimes. Go to the item selection, craft tender. Craft tender. I wish they would just let you build the fire. That's one thing I don't like. Like, they have to go through all the extra steps that you really don't need. I guess, realistically, you kind of need it if you don't know what you're doing, but at the same time, if you select it and put it down and then put it on the ground, then you're going to get what it's going to tell you what it needs. But at least it filled it. Go to improvised fireplace and place it on the ground. Alright. We need 2 anyway. Fill it and craft a fire drill. Craft fire drill. And I'm gonna light it. And as far as the chainsaw, I'm going to cut some more. I'm going to cut some planks real quick. fill it with the planks. That way it lasts longer. Although I do have charcoal, so I could use the charcoal. Fill with planks. Okay, those are good. Let me put this in here for the moment. I need to get the toolbox and the nails. Actually, we'll use bolts because we got way more bolts than we got nails right now. And the toolbox. The flag is complete. Toolbox back in there. Let's see, what do we need for a... I know I don't have enough for a metal chest. But do we have enough for a wood chest? Yes, we do have enough scrap for a wood chest. And I have some bolts as well. I guess it used the bolts instead of the... Oh no, I wanted to use the bolts, that's right. Use the bolts. Get these. I need 15 planks. I need the chainsaw again. It's another cargo drop, D3. Which is right on the other side of my lake. Crap, I didn't want to pick it up, I wanted to cut it. We need to finish our quest as well. Gather 2 small sticks. One, two. And add them to... fuel fire with small stick. There you go. Planks. And I need the hammer. The one we've been gathering, the pipe wrench we've been gathering up. Bam. Now we got a box. Alright. So with that box, I'm going to take and put all this small stuff in it. Get that out of the... Okay, so we got all the little stuff in the box and some bigger stuff in the car, and I've got this stuff here to cook, which I need a couple more mushrooms. So let's see if we can find a Giganta real quick. Either a Giganta or some more. I should have put the chainsaw in the car real quick. I don't. It seems like everything's despawning a little quicker than normal. Don't want that one. We can use that mushroom. We can use this mushroom, so it doesn't have red text in it, so it's not poisonous. That cargo drop's probably over here by now. It's alright, we don't need it. We probably could use it, but it'd be alright. There's a Bolitas. That one's good to go. I think these ones are poisonous. Yeah, these ones are poisonous. See how it's got red text at the bottom of it? That's poisonous. Get some stamina. But anyways, this is a nice little lake. I always like to, if I'm playing in a PvE server, I mean, even in a PvP server, I like to be by water. Water has so much good use. You know, you can decontaminate yourself from the radiation zone. You can get a bunch of water to grow your crops. You can, you know, fill up your water whenever you need. Not have to go look for it. Fishing, you can fish here if you want. Get a bunch of fish. Now, all kinds of uses for living by the water. But what we're going to do next is we're going to make some vegetable skewers since we got all these veggies. And we're going to do a little bit of mixture. We're going to do a potato on each. I like using the bellitas. The bellitas are the best mushroom in my opinion for vitamins and the carbs that it gives you. And then we'll use the onions as well in this recipe. And we also have some pepper. Bam. Bam. Only thing we don't have is salt. So then we're going to, because we have the DLC for the watch, support pack 1, which it's actually 8 o'clock. I'm actually going to, let me move this log, get it out my way. The chainsaw is still here. Let me put that there. All right, we're going to set the timer for a minute, because you can look at the fire and set a timer with the watch. And let's actually, I was just thinking that it was going to happen. Light the fire. It's because we put those small sticks in there. The small sticks don't burn as long as the planks. And we have a lighter. We do have the charcoal too, by the way. So, all right. Vegetable skewers. Vegetable skewers. Do some more corn. Some bellitas. Some potatoes. And an onion. And then we'll just put another potato in this one. And the pepper. And the pepper. That. And let's see. So because the fire went out, it's not going to go properly. It went off a little earlier than it should have. This one's done. As soon as it turns green, you can just take it off fire. And then we'll cook another vegetable skewer. Use the rest of our corn. Some pepper. And a mushroom. Pepper. Let that go. This is almost ready. We'll set it to 1 minute as well. We'll set this to 1 minute. Now, the reason I'm doing these cook skewers, you got your vegetables. You know, we did the vegetables. If you look at these, we have 187 calories of 187 calories. We have 9 grams of protein, 33 grams of carbs, and 1.4 grams of fat. And it gives you 300 milliliters of water. So that's the good part about it. The best part about it is if we eat them, at the bottom you could say it has exhaustion recovery. That is what you want. Because if I go to my exhaustion right now, I should be in exhaustion. I'm almost to exhaustion C2. But if I eat one of these vegetable skewers, let me check how much time's on the... Okay, I got time. If I eat one of these vegetable skewers, as I'm sitting here, I should be resting technically, but It's not counting me as resting at the moment. Probably because I'm too hot. And there's our 1 minute mark. I'm gonna stop this at 49% because there's actually I'm gonna stop it at 66%. Hopefully, actually I can stop these without stopping. We're good. And I can collect them. And I can start another one. No, I can't. Can't drag and drop while I'm doing stuff. Okay. So he quit eating. He quit eating because he was full. Don't ever let your stomach get to 120%. Uh, it stops by itself if you're not already in the red at 116. But don't ever let your stomach get to 120% because it'll kill you. All right, pepper, corn, and the mushroom. Cook that and set that to 1 minute. But now I'm in recovery, and as long as I keep eating these foods here, with that have exhaustion recovery bonus, as you can see at the bottom, has exhaustion recovery bonus. As long as I keep eating these, I'll never have to worry about exhaustion. The problem I'm gonna have tonight is I don't have any kind of a bed, and as soon as the sun goes down, I'm just gonna log off. So I have to sort out some kind of bed now. I did have the rags, which I think I accidentally put in the box. So I do have rags, and I can make just a little makeshift bed right here for the night. Like so. And we need the Bushman, 4 rags, which is what I have actually. I believe that's all I have. Yep, 4 rags. Let's see, how's my skewer doing? We're doing good. I need 4 rags, long sticks, which I have 1 left out of that tree. I can get another one out of this bush. Might get 2. I got 1. There's 1 more. Our skewer's about done. It is done. Picked it up, and I can get 1 more out of this bush. But as long as we're eating food that has recovery bonus in it, then you really don't have to worry about exhaustion at all. So, and it's super easy. You seen how easy it was for me to cook just those couple vegetable skewers, and we can cook a bunch of these pretty quickly, collect the stuff pretty easily, and just make it up, man. It's not hard at all. Pretty easy, actually. And there's our bed for the night. I was going to make a little bit of a base, but we're getting dark. And, oh, I actually forgot I messed up. I guess I got another, I don't have another mushroom, but it'll be alright. I'll put this in here for later. Put these sticks in here for later. Put these logs in here for later. I'm going to use them for an actual campfire. The pot you can leave out. It'll collect water, but we have a whole lake. We have a whole little lake here, so we're good. But that was actually a really good day. A really good day for 4 hours, basically. We have the vehicle that we got lucky and secured right from the beginning. I mean, we secured a lot of stuff, including extra batteries. We basically built the entire vehicle except for a passenger seat and a bumper. That's awesome. That's awesome. We've collected so many screwdrivers. So many I don't think I've ever collected this many screwdrivers on day 1 of anything. We've got so many screwdrivers. And as you've seen from, the start of the video, which actually I can do again right now, default settings. Oh wait, what's this? This is the wrong one. Don't change that. I want server settings. Yeah. So everything's all set to default. Nothing changed. But as you can see, we got so many screwdrivers out of today. That's pretty impressive for what we got, honestly. Especially since we got 2 yellows on day 1. These can go in here, and we can actually, we'll just use this bag as our screwdriver bag. I mean, the only thing we really didn't do today is get like some actual gear, like some actual good gear. But I mean, as far as everything else goes, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day as far as jumping into a server fresh and finishing up with a vehicle, a chest full of good stuff to get you started on the next day. We can start base building. We've got quest items. We've got a little bit of everything. I mean, we got vehicle repair kits, stuff to cook, chainsaws to build. I mean, this is a pretty solid day. We didn't run into much PvE element today, which was actually kind of shocking. The puppets were a little light. The NPCs were definitely light, that's for sure. So, but I couldn't ask for a better day. If you guys have any questions on today's video, just go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you guys want me to continue progressing in a specific way, leave it in the comment and we'll see what we can do to accommodate it. And yeah, I mean, we'll keep going. This is day 1. I plan to at least do 1 video a week on this until the next wipe. But if you want to check out more hardcore PvE stuff, usually I stream that stuff, mostly with some PvP as well. Obviously, if you're a new player, you're going to want to start here, but it's a great start. You know, there's a lot of information I pumped out today. If you sit back and watch and chill out and relax and just enjoy it, you can collect a lot of knowledge just from today and what the things that I'm thinking about while I'm doing things. I tried to progress through while I was doing other things, multitasking, you know, keeping one thing in mind while doing another. And that's how you snowball in this. You just can't continue thinking about the next step. You're working on one step while continuing thinking about the next step. So, but anyway, guys, like I said, if you have any comments, leave it below. I appreciate everybody watching the video. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day wherever you are in the world. I'm super grateful for everybody hanging out, watching these videos. Be safe, guys. I'm out.